and the twilight lies gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights. Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets trembling, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land under the fray, and the home of the brave. Because we are the brave. Yes, we are the brave. We'll fight you in the name of the brave. We are the US of A. For those unaware, that flag is still there. It's our future to save. This land of the brave, the US of A. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free, in the home of the
God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference.
Troubled times, I'm afraid the better days that we've seen have done passed us by. Nothing but lies. You can't believe a damn word that they say. They're messing with our lives. News on the TV, nothing but negativity, just poison to the soul. What's right is wrong, what's wrong is right. They challenge God's word with all their might. I can't help but wonder, where's this country gone? Lunatics and politics, about enough to make you sick. It's corruption to the bone. Mr. Washington, D.C., best thing you can do for me is leave me the hell alone. Hey, I'm just a good old boy, raising hell and making noise, but I'm 80 million strong. Ain't much for backing down, gonna fight and stand my ground. Got an army of my own. Best thing you can do for me, leave me the hell alone. Declaring war on Donald Trump with their bullshit stories that they're making up. They can't stand the fact that he speaks the truth. I don't know what's going on, but I can tell that something's wrong on Pennsylvania Avenue. Crooked ass politicians, you might ought to pay attention. This country's tired of you. You hate our guns and our freedom. A piece of shit like you is why we need them. So don't hold your breath, we ain't giving up. Double standard way of law. What's good for them is bad for y'all. Change all the rules, make them up as you go. Mr. Washington, D.C., best thing you can do for me is leave me the hell alone. Hey, we're just good old boys, raising hell and making noise. We're 80 million strong. Ain't much for backing down. We're gonna fight. Stand our ground. Got an army of our own. Best thing you can do for me is leave me the hell alone. Oh, here we go. Hell alone. Best thing you can do for you is leave this country alone.
Hey, morning, everybody. So, Scat Pack, Mrs. Metal, Savagely, covered by CQ, Big Dusty Little Dusty, Crazy Hillbilly, morning, and Miss Teresa. Morning, ma'am. Well, yippee. It's Monday. And somehow I ended up with Marvin the Martian again for Monday. I think it was just because it was handy at the time. So hopefully y'all had a good weekend. And I guess you can hear me okay. I assume so many things. After that. Oh, I hope your headache gets to feeling better, Savage. Taking a trip. Road trip, Savage. Hey, Matt. Morning. Morning. Hattie Jack. Morning. That's it. By the way, for anybody in Texas, today in Texas begins early voting. Get in there and get her done, son. Too big to rig. And I got to tell you, man. So I don't know where I'm figuring my own way to handle this stuff. But, man, I'll put it like this. After Friday, Saturday was like just turmoil, man. So much shit in my head. The way the country is, radical people, people that are so fear mongered, they're brainwashed into just like every noise makes them skittish kind of thing. But it was awesome because yesterday got to spend the whole day with little man. And somehow when you're sitting there and you're interacting with your grandson, it just kind of puts it all in perspective. Let's see. Hey, morning, Miss Lisa. Good to see you. But it just, oh, by the way, for people that like to get a kick out of it, I thought it was kind of funny. But then I'm I'm not. I just refuse to run around all freaked out and paranoid. But dude, it was funny watching Trump doing fries at a McDonald's. I mean, that was kind of like that was pretty cool. And I love the whole beginning of it. It's like, yeah, I'm looking for a job, working at McDonald's. I'm running against a candidate who says that they've worked here, but turned out it was a hoax. I thought that was kind of funny. Can't be as bad as England's government, can it? I don't know, cover. We're getting there, dude. We're getting there. I don't know. God bless Texas. Hope we can just keep it. I have young kids and we have to change this country for them. That's it, Hattie Jack. It's not, man. I don't. It ain't me. I just when I look at like him, I just wonder. It's like, okay, when you're in your 20s and you want to start a family, what's it going to be like? I mean, are you going to be sitting there complaining? And was there anything that I could have done? Your dad could do things that we can do while we're here. But what's up, Canadian Northern brother from another mother? What's up, buddy? But you just, man, I don't know. It's just a crazy world. this is true. This is true, Savage. I think I'm going to have to go static. That dang background thing is starting to blink again. Cover says, I can't believe this government are taking money away from pensioners and veterans. It's ridiculous. Oh, yeah. Well, they're just, it's like this over here. You know, you sit there and you look at North Carolina, Tennessee, Georgia, and you kind of go, why are we sending $157 million to Lebanon? You know, but this is where we're at. Morning, Eric. Hopefully you're doing all right, sir. And I don't know. YouTube's got just a, I don't know, the whole social media thing is just kind of a trip. So I still try, I find it funny sometimes when I sit and I reflect and I'm kind of even going, damn. Sometimes I feel like a kid in elementary school when it comes to the whole social media thing. Because it's just, I don't know, it's like reaching out somewhere and you get tapped into little areas. Because nowadays when I'm listening to people, I'm kind of looking at where they're kind of the area and the vibe, and you just kind of, then you walk out the door and you stand outside here and you look around and you going, man, see, it's almost like a different world. Hey, morning, Tiger. How are you feeling? Rebound okay? Damn, Savage. Eric says, honestly, if I was a bird, I'd fly into a effing ceiling fan. I totally see it, Eric. And yeah, this is true, Mr. Risa. I mean, Savage, everybody's got to take their own precautions because, you know, it's easy to listen to one person say, I don't care about this, but everybody's scenario is different. Me, I don't broadcast it, but I really don't care if you dig for it. Hell, somebody's had my name since I was a juvenile, so there's always been, how does the saying go? I've been on a list since I was a kid. Hell, I in the army at 17. I've been in jail after that. I have, yeah. So it's kind of like a lock on a door. It's only going to keep an innocent person innocent. So if somebody wanted to dig up my shit, dig up my shit. Hell, when my mom died and we came back to here, I, there were people all around here. Hey, morning, Miss Tina. Volume is low. Let me see if I can. Is that any better? Plus, I lean back. I forget with this mic. Is that better? Better, better. Big 10-4. Roger that. Accounts hacked, credit cards issued, all manner of crap, or rewrite my online footprint, place firewalls, but in my real life, so on my grid. All right, Savage. And big Dusty, little Dusty, how are y'all doing up there? Okay, I'm not going to put it any closer. If I got to start making out with this microphone just to have a conversation, then it's time for me to just shut up. But I don't know, man. This world and just kind of coming on to here, and then it's just the words, man. I don't know. I didn't realize just how dysfunctional things are, but it's like every time you hear a conversation, it's like every place is the same as there. So whatever miserable scenario they're in, well, everybody else has to be in that same scenario, or else you're just ignorant and you just don't know and you're just not aware. And it's like, what the hell, man? And no offense to Cover or Miss Tina, but I had somebody across the pond lecturing me about my own power company, and they didn't even understand the difference between a co-op and a corporation. And it's like, but see, they were going off of the media story of the whole Houston and the ice storm, and the whole. And it's like, well, Texas is big enough, and we're not all on the same shit. Not everywhere is the same. And I was just blown away. And then I even told him, going, "Do you realize you're lecturing me across the pond about how things are here?" And I don't know. I just find that ironic. It's like, I don't know. But everywhere, it's like people are so miserable that they can't. It's kind of the victim mentality. It's like, oh my God, it's so bad. There's nothing I can do. So let me just get company. And it's like, that's why you don't hear me talking about like the UK stuff. I see the little videos, but I don't know how their day-to-day life is. You can take those little clips that you see and assume that, like, oh, that's their day-to-day life. Look at that. They're and that dude was that. But I don't know what their day-to-day life is like. So that's why I don't jump on that bandwagon on how that shit is. And it just, matter of fact, that's probably the best understanding I think most people could get is when they come to terms, when they start hearing it, instead of assuming that every place is the same, start understanding the differences. And then you kind of go, well, why is there a difference? A different vibe, a different way of thinking. It just, I don't know, man. It's some cray stuff. I have to get to work soon. We're glad I can catch a few minutes. Okay. Good to see you, by the way, Miss Tina. Yeah, I think we're all suffering. Doesn't matter what country, and people finding life harder to deal with right now. Well, yeah, it's, and I don't really mean this so much like in a bad way, but it's almost like the world has become a bunch of crack addicts. Got to have the instant gratification. Got a problem? I need an instant solution. Wait, and it's just on that edge is what it's like. What's up? Morning, Watchman. Misery loves company, I guess. Yep. There's kind of weird how that saying that heard for decades starts to apply and have meaning, and you go, I think I get it now. Yeah, the TV just totally. I don't. That's people ask me, hey, have you seen it? No. Especially nowadays, I don't watch hardly any of this new shit. There's more food banks going on and people struggling. The different way of thinking is overcoming our cities. They're flooded with all the crap, man. That's what gets it. These heavy concentrated areas. It's like, and you kind of go, so what's the example? Because that's what I do. It's like spending the day yesterday with little man. Uh, you wonder, okay, so as he is watching his dad and me and his Mimi and stuff, well, what's he learning as he's watching? You know, and that's kind of so you start looking at it, your actions and the character that you portray is setting an example for different age groups. You know, and so it's like that's where that self accountability kicks in, and it's like, so what example are you showing? The verbiage is one thing, but are you walking the talk per se? And that's, you know, I don't know. They use these terms, critical thinking, and then they proceed to spit out babble and shit that is really just rhetoric. So it's not critical thinking. It's just that you pick this path and you're using that term to justify your thought process down that way. We had to get up early to get a futon so we can stay in our cabin next time we go down. Can't seem to sleep in. Well, Savage, you just reach out whenever you get comfortable, and that's totally cool with me. I totally understand it. People go through their whole lives and learn not much of anything. Well, or they it's like right now, I think that might be part of the problem. Maybe everybody's kind of like changed their focus to new stuff, but yet they really are unaware. It's like, to be honest, nowadays I sit here and I listen and I watch some of the stuff, and you kind of zoom out and you go, well, wow. You realize that basic shit. I mean, I don't know how to make badass like biscuits. So, like, if I went to make biscuits, I'm going to ask somebody. But at some point, I know how to cook shit. So, I mean, and it's like using a pocket knife, whittling, drilling a hole, tightening down a screw, using a socket, pressing the trigger on a saw and cutting a board. And you just take this for granted that it's like, well, I don't know. I do this all the time. So, but then you start listening to people and you realize that, well, the door's hanging and I don't quite know how to adjust that door. What? You just, but see, then you kind of take in some of the other conversations where all this other mind jacking shit, gravity's not real and all this other, and you go, okay, I get it. So you get lost in this limbo zone, disconnected. The mainstream media is now covering the North Korea troops in Russia. What's up, Black Cat? Morning. I know, Miss Teresa. I'd love to. Hey, you know what? Depending on, I can have my little moments of illusions of grandeur, and I have this because with the surgery, it's like, wow, if I go see this neurosurgeon and they could do something, if I could get in and out of a vehicle with no biggie, then all of a sudden I might could do some road trips. But that's my illusions of grandeur. We'll see what happens. I try not to get caught up in that wishful thinking. The mid 30 people around me, their only interest is drinking beer. I'm almost there, like 5, 6 more months. My wife and I are going on a road trip, a pilgrimage of sorts, to her childhood home of Rhode Island. Oh, Lord. Hopefully things are in workable condition in 5 or 6 months. What do we got? Like 15 days? Is it 15? 16? And ooh wee, man. Well, I can tell you that I'm deep in the southwest sweaty armpit of Oklahoma. An ogie from Muskogee. We need a meetup in Indiana. It's in the middle. In the middle of where? Nowhere? Yeah, I'm praying for you. Thank you, Miss Tina. Thank you very much. Yeah, and I guess I don't know if you hadn't heard the latest. So I've got my MRI back, and pretty much all my lumbar shit is jacked up. But they've zeroed in on the one disc that's causing most of the pressure to my nervous system. So now they're sending the report to a neurosurgeon. They're supposed to get it, and then they're going to give me to set up an appointment. Probably going to do it on Veterans Day of all day. I kind of laughed and picked at the missus because the missus says, "Well, if they'll do it for on the 11th, I have that day off because it's a holiday. It's Veterans Day." And I'm like, "Well, I know. Don't I get a day off? That's my day off. Why do I got to go to the doctor on my day off?" And she started laughing, and I was laughing. It was just a joke, but what's up, some random dude? Vote early. That's it, Black Cat. Which, by the way, for those that don't, if you aren't aware, in Texas, today starts early voting. So, Watchmen, the Washington state is being overrun by the Democrats. That's all I can say. And I don't think it looks good for the national. Now, that state there, I don't know. It's going to take it a minute to clean up. But anyway, just I figure, man, if there's something they can do, the missus even asked me what kind of work. She goes, "What would you do if you could get fixed?" So I don't know. I guess it depends on what level of fixed I get. If it's where I can move around without an issue, shit, man, I'll go back. I'll go back on the line. I'll go back to outside shit. If I can just get in and out of a vehicle, then I don't know. I might even just go drive. KP Heathen, morning, morning. Actually, I'm a busy guy. Things must progress in my life in order to reach next level of preps. Preparing for economic collapse means we own everything we need: land, livestock, equipment. Does Michigan accept Indiana carry permit? I don't know if Michigan accepts anything. Oh, Gretchen. Oh, Matt says it does. Everybody is thinking the same thing, and it's going to be limited resources and high inflation. Now they're bringing the bird flu scare back to Washington State, killing thousands of chickens. See, that's going to be the thing, and that's, man, I just hope people are paying attention local, because you get to watching the big billboard up there, and then all of a sudden afterwards you realize that everything around you just changed because they passed some new bullshit. What's up, Apocalypse Librarian? Medical miracles happen. Doesn't cost or hurt to think positively. Yeah, I try to keep it, you know, I figure, it's gonna, I'm gonna be put on the path I'm supposed to, and I'll have to figure it out. I'm just hoping. I gotta say, there is that little. I want to kind of be excited, like, ooh man, I can get fixed. But I don't know, man. I've heard it all. So, but this will be the first neurosurgeon. So we'll see. But yeah, I'm gonna try to get it on the 11th, so then it'll work. I gotta stop by and pick up the actual disc of the MRIs and then take it with me, which is kind of funny because he's actually closer to the damn hospital where the MRI was done than I am. I'm fixing to drive an hour and a half. For me, that means never going to work again, never getting another paycheck, surviving in poverty. I just want to be comfortable in my poverty. I'm gonna make it look cool. There you go, Savage. Would someone relay my message to Savage about not being blocked? Maybe he blocked me. Oh, I told him some random. By the way, Savage, do you see some random dude's message? Here, let me see. I think I can do this. Bam. I'll put it on the screen. Can you see his message? That's that one I told you, Savage. Some random dude, he left that message, and I forgot which stream it was, if it was Saturdays or Fridays. But he was saying that on those two channels, he had talked to him. You weren't blocked. Right, Watchman? That's what I was thinking. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye, rescue. Catch it up soon. Hey, right on, cover. Keep your head on a swivel, brother, and stay safe. Make it a good day. Choice is always up to you. Morning, Miss Cindy. Damn, man. See, I don't know. I got to figure this shit out. All right, then y'all are just going to tell me if this gets too high. Holy moly. Is that too high? Is that like blaring now? I don't want to be blared. See, I need to set up my little deal. We're being flooded with Chinese invaders out here, Teresa. Yes, I don't block people or anything. I just got a headache and don't want to deal with that bullshit. I'm so over it. Ah. Hey, Huckleberry. Morning, morning, morning. Savage, yeah, I got pooped to scoot by all. Hey, be safe on the road trip, Savage. Make it a good day. Keep your head on a swivel, brother. It's not too high. Okay. I just don't want to be blaring. Still try to figure out the restream. I just don't spend a lot of time on it. It's like I'm trying to figure out what to do. Oh, my volume is really low for you? Man, I just do not know then. Hell, maybe this old $20 little mic after a couple of years has finally give up the ghost. I don't know. Morning, Blackbird. Yeah, I don't know. Well, at least I'm hitting in the middle. Some it's too low, and some it's fine. So at least I'm in the middle. I'm hitting somewhere in the middle. What's up, Grumpy? By the way, did you ever see my emails? Just out of curiosity, just curious. To restream, see that's, and I even turned that stupid little mic thing all the way up. But oh, you know what? Okay, hold on. Let me try this. Because I will say this stupid thing, it doesn't always. Off. Okay, is that any better? I turned the noise suppression. The Apocalypse Librarian, PA. Okay, is that better? Or do you hear background shit now? I don't know. It's Monday. Marvelous Monday. Okay, so then I'm just going to leave it right there. I don't know. It's not like a lot of people listen to me anyway, so I'm just a redneck in the woods in Texas. What the hell do I know? Okay, cool, Grumpy. Just checking. All right, Miss Tina. Make it a good day. It was good to hear from you. Eric's back again. Okay, so it's fine. No background noise. Cool. If you adjust the mic and suddenly sound like a rapper, I'm out here, right? Shoot. I adjust the mic and start rapping like a rapper. Hell, I might be out of here because that's some out of body experience shit right there. Oh, look at there. Grumpy's putting 150 pounds of meat in the freezer this weekend. Oh, damn it. I tore that damn scab off. Hell yeah, sold $100 more, and taught 2 community members how to process sheep. Look at you. Heck yeah. I've actually been looking at some things, and I'm gonna try to see if I can sell some shit. And I think that's what we're gonna get a little freezer. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and hatch some more chickens. Of course, this is more like towards the end of the year. A lot's gonna depend on what freaking happened in November. Because I gotta say, it's gonna change the dynamics of a lot of things depending on what happens in November, at least for my perspective. Because it just then can you beatbox? Shoot, no. I can't spit a rhythm. Sandy says, anyways, just wanted to jump on here and say a big good morning to everyone. All right, Miss Sandy. Well, good morning to you. It's Monday morning. Make it a good day. Choice is always up to you. It's all in, and man, that was actually a wake up call I had Saturday. That's when, I tell you all, you got to watch. Hey, what's up, Blue? Morning, morning. You got to watch like the stuff you put in your head because it changes your thinking and ooh wee man. So yeah, I just the whole Trump derangement syndrome and this whole dude. To be honest, I think there's really There's no people say we're discussing things and talking. It's not really discussing, man. If the shits are in your face, if you don't see it, then it just is what it is. People I know have or five kids in Washington State are really struggling to feed themselves. A friend of mine is going out to get an help. I believe it, Watchman. The more you hear about that state, man, whew, crazy. Apocalypse Librarian, grumpy, curious since I've never been sheepish. Better frozen or pressure canned, or either works. Morning, Miss Loretta. Yeah, you're not late. It's sad to see the government go in and kill thousands of people's chickens based off of some flu that they might get over. Well, that's hitting the food supply. That's the main directive I think there. That's just got to affect the food supply. Okay, and Grumpy answered you and said either works. Apocalypse. Rescue, if you expand chickens, check out American rhesus heritage birds that are comparable to Cornish cross sustainable. Okay. Hey, Shark Jumper. Morning. Same Watchman. We spend way too much for groceries. Luckily, I work in an orchard. Hell yeah. Later, Blackbird. Make it a good day. Rescue, good morning, sunshine. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. We're all in our places with bright, shiny faces. Good morning to you. I don't know, man. It's a childhood thing. To this day, I still can hear my mom sing that song. I trade apples for onions and potatoes. See, that's what I'm thinking, Shark. I'm just, gonna get a little section out here set up for some meat chickens, and then a little section set up for some potatoes and some greens like some carrots, some onions, mustard greens, and then you can pretty much, you trade for some other stuff, but at least there's some sustainability. You can make some chicken soup, potato soup. And there's a whole listing of herbs. I don't know, I've got hundreds of seeds vacuum packed and stored. But if we have power, I'll take freezer any day. Well, see, I got the 250-gallon propane. We got the extra bottles. So, and then around here, it's pretty much know a few people that actually have some propane stations. So, can't afford to actually do the solar thing. If I could do the rabid thing, then yeah, I would just have a cool little solar setup and you could always kick the freezers over into solar. But once again, where I'm at, I benefit of having a co-op. And then what's we got? Watchman Bob Ferguson is Jay Inslee's protege in Washington State for governor. He's up in every single poll questionable. It's got to be. Yeah. Mr. S says, oh my goodness, my mama sang that too every morning. That was it. I'd wake up to her pulling on my foot and shaking my foot, singing that song, and be like, huh? You got to kill it and grill it. That's it. Making sure part of the alternative power plan is to be able to power a freezer after shift. Plus, I want ice at the end door. Man, can you imagine 2030? We got mule trains coming out the mountains with ice blocks on the wagons to bring down, and you put them in your little ice box. And somehow I wonder how many people would realize that that's how we started. Some funny shit. I love potato soup, cheesy with bacon. See, and I mean, it's where I'm at. There's people who got cattle, so I'm kind of curious to what happens in November. And I ain't trying to get all wiggity about it. It's just, which I gotta say, man, I feel for anybody if you live in a metropolitan area, city type thing. You're either going to be around a bunch of people cheering or a bunch of people that are pissed off. Catawamba, Sioux, and Cherokee Way. Morning. Welcome aboard. Mom loved throwing fire pans, shouting, "Get your ass up." 5 minutes flying. Salvation National. Watching we on the east side. Don't like Bob Ferguson, but King County always forces that garbage on us. God-fearing folks. Praying Pete Sereno gets the AG vote at least. Black Cat says, get off your ass and flex your early voting muscles. Get topped off and be ready for whatever gets thrown your way. Yep. Yeah, because it's out of your control. I mean, you do your part. Your part is to show up, vote. If you can watch the counting, that's cool. But then after that, man, what's to come is out of your control. You've done what you could do. The next thing is just take care of yourself and your own. Shark Jumper looks like Spokane got took over by the liberals. Lisa Brown in power now. Yeah, there's so much big money up in Seattle that's it's kind of like a New York City affecting New York kind of thing. It's like I think all the shit coming out of Seattle affects that whole state. Could be wrong. I don't live there, but the two Navy aviators crashed in Washington State, declared dead. Considering a raincoat rental business near election time, better to be pissed off than pissed on. Well, if they steal it this time, though, I think where it's going to be about both. You're going to be pissed off and being pissed on. Man. And the main thing is just the economy, and it's like I said, looking at my grandson and just to kind of laugh. And it's like, wow. Oh, that is Cherokee. I didn't even catch that until Apocalypse said more in Cherokee Survival. And then I had to go look at the picture. And then I realized that the little icon was Cherokee Survival. But he done changed his little name up. Morning, Cherokee. China is surrounding Taiwan and helping Russia. Yeah, Loretta. Well, we're just that, man, we're on the verge. That sums it up, Alamo. Us in rural counties get bossed around by lids in the city, but we still fight. That's it, Shark Jumper. Teresa says, I'm torn between voting early and voting the day of. Everyone keeps saying do it early, but doesn't that give them more time to add what they need to counter my vote? Kind of, sort of, Teresa, but at the same time, it takes it off the table. So you don't end up with issues that day of. Did I miss somebody else coming in? Yeah, Watchmen. Where was that at? That was somewhere. It was reported that yeah, people were seeing it was. They were like checking the thing, and then when they'd run it through the machine, it was actually flipping. So there's still some stuff, but see, there's a lot of areas that cleaned up a lot of shit. So, and I don't really know depending on the area on the voting early. You know, I say I'm going to try to vote early, which it's kind of just got to work it with her schedule. And but it throws it's throwing everything at them. It's hey, morning, Tuck. So I guess it's just whatever whatever's working for you. That's what I'd say do. Whatever works for you. If you feel like going early is maybe not so good, I say you go ahead and vote early because then it's off the table. Your vote. So if there's you know 50,000 registered voters, then that's one vote that's now been logged in. You wait till the day of. If there's any hiccup, it could be then too late to put in some. If oh well, no, you've already voted, and you start trying to fight back on that. Next thing you know, it's already over. Can you believe the Postal Service endorsed Kamala? Well, yeah, Watchmen. Hell, they're the ones that helped steal the last one. Been talking with New York Pepper since he's now quite local to me, and I'm quite tempted to vote early in case I'm out on the road on selection day. Rescue, that's what they want, to keep us overwhelmed and confused, all the while being mean and poopy heads and cheap. Well, man, they're doing good work. They got everybody scattered 9 different ways from Sunday. Charlotte, North Carolina voting. A person said someone used his name computer, didn't know there were two people. Oh, I know. That was so weird, Cherokee. I was waiting on that as I'm listening to that story. I'm like, oh man. But then all of a sudden it's like, oh no, there's actually two people with the same name and same birth date. And it was like, of course, I did notice that during the interviews, you never saw the other person that's supposedly named that way with the birth date. But, sometimes you say things when you get caught. Oh, yeah, there was two people. Sure, as long as you cleaned his up. All Kamala needs is Pennsylvania. If not, they can rig a few votes in a couple states. Well, that's the North Carolina, Georgia, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin. Watchmen, I honestly don't see how Kamala and these Democrats will keep it going. They're going to keep printing money, keep war going until we are fully invaded and destroyed. Well, it's just man, they're all in. They're all in. I've said that. It just you can look at any criminal type thing or whatever, and they're all in. That side has one goal: win at all cost, and it's trying to get the other side to focus to go. At least we can vote and try to stop some of it, but Man, day of might be hard for many reasons, but I always used to vote on the 5th and not this time. America failing to me makes me think of like some chaotic scene in the Muppet Show. Right. They will do anything to keep power, exactly. Got to head out. Take care, guys. All right, Watchmen, make it a good day. Keep your head on a swivel. United States Postal Service is bent. They stole my brother's auto tag decal, then stole the replacement. The third one made it through, but that was after a police report. Damn, took. Starts in 30 minutes. The graveyards for the cackling hen. Oh, I know. I saw that, Loretta. See, that ought to just say it all in it. I mean, anybody that doesn't think that there's no crooked shit going down, why would the Department of Justice sue a state for cleaning up their voter rolls that they've actually had on the books, that state law, since 2006, I think? It's almost 15 years. And it's been doing, but now all of a sudden this is bad. Department of Justice got to come in and sue them. If that doesn't tell you shit's just jack. Black Cat says, I'll be locked and cocked on the 5th. Oh, his premiere starts in 30. Yeah, the sun's starting to come up. So if your decal is stolen, you can't get a replacement unless you file a report. Damn it. Morning, Rabbit. Grumpy, are you still here? I need to see if Grumpy wants to do another one of the WROLs. I didn't know that the government could sue a state. I'm confused about it. I just don't understand. Well, see, there's part of the problem though, Miss Loretta, is trying to make sense of crooked shit that's really out of the boundaries anyway. But what they're trying to say is that they're violating. And well, actually, I think the techno thing is that they're trying to claim that they did it outside the time frame they were allowed to, which is wrong. But that's their little narrative that they're trying to pitch. It's kind of like the Trump cases, you know. They make shit up so that then they can say it in the media, even though it's no truth to it, no validity, but yet it gives them a talking point. Okay, so Grumpy's instead getting ready to start the day. All right, brother. Well, no, I was just wondering, Grumpy, when you on your off day, if you felt like you want to come up and we'll do a WROL. By the way, did y'all hear some scary shit about 3 Mile Island? Good old Amazon and Bill Gates are re-energizing 3 Mile Island. That way they can power up their AI power. And that would be a shift, especially if they steal it and it goes through. We'll have to wait a week or so. All right, Grumpy. Hey, morning, Roni. I don't know. My take, I would, my take's going to be to vote early. That way, it's just it's taken up. It's used. It's no longer available. Regardless of what happens, have which I don't worry. We didn't have no weird shit here. Grab me a new Smith and Wesson from Palmetto, picked up from local. Still on sale if anyone wants a wheel. Oh, there you go, Apocalypse. Yeah, the what is it? Is it Guns and Gear? He usually runs some pretty good little ads. Right, Blackbird? It's a total shit show. Tuck says Amazon can't even run Amazon, much less a power plant. I know, but man, that was some scary shit, dude. It's like, wait a minute. So didn't we have issues with 3 Mile Island? Like, how much money is going in here for all the safety concerns and shit? You know, I mean, that's what brought that place down in the 70s. So, and it just sat dormant. So, how much is really being redone to try to re-energize that? But then I think November is critical. That'll either keep the ball rolling downhill and we'll just see where the dust settles. But hey, for some of y'all, if you got a bail, reach out. We can find a spot down in Texas and get you out of that communism. Morning, Tony. There was a video yesterday saying nuclear waste got in the North Carolina River from some truck that was carrying it away from a plant, and people were getting sick. Oh man, there's so much stuff in that water, and there's families that are still being found. Hell, I was watching a dude on horseback. Him and his guys were going up on horseback, and they literally come across a family who hasn't seen anybody in 22 days. And it just pisses me off. It doesn't have to be that way. And people are so fucked up that this is where we're at. It's crazy, dude. Camo Carl, Wolverines. John McGill, morning. Good morning, brother and sisters. Please cast your views on Fall River. Is on about fucked up most stuff. Was 100% on the workers not following protocol. Yeah, it took, but there was some failures in the stuff. It's like in some of the valves, they got the sand particles into it, so it's sealed. So I mean, there was also things that ought to be. I don't know, man. They get to messing with that shit, and to me, it's like you're Amazon, Mr. Jeff Bezos. So you're a billionaire. Really, you're going to get involved in nuclear shit, and then you got Bill Gates, and that dude's just so mentally fried. It's like I'm just not that. Those just somehow you say those names with nuclear plants, and it just doesn't seem like it has a good outcome. Apocalypse says 2 or 3 hour drive from 3 Mile. I guess I'll pop Apocalypse. Grumpy says, remember how they said Bush hated black people because it took FEMA 3 days to get on site after Katrina? Yeah, but I don't know, man. Dude, that's North Carolina. You got Fort Bragg right there. Or whatever the hell they call it now, but it's Fort Bragg. And so, I mean, you got resources that are like right there. And it blows my mind. And there's 157 million over to Lebanon. And it's like, Why? There was equipment failure, but the workers interfering with the failsafe said to turn the molehill into a mountain. I can see that, but it just still with those two at the helm, man. I don't know. I'm not sure those are our good nuclear ambassadors that ought to be the ones, but Cherokee says, yeah, Watchman. Some say Duke Power control 8 water dams at the same time, control nuclear waste truck company, but Duke can control little in trucking. Bezos and Gates are a dangerous combination. Gates is buying up many acres of good farmland, and we all know he ain't a farmer. That's it, Shark. Super Dave. Morning, sir. Maybe Bill will hide the 3 mile leftovers and all that farmland he bought. Well, no, you buy up the farmland, then you ain't growing shit. You can just eat their lab grown stuff. Cherokee Survival. They want to put that Hanford nuclear waste on trains and bring it through Spokane. Stupid is stupid. Excuse me. Tuck says people who blame Bush for a poor response would not admit Reagan's response was worse. Whew. Not the organs. Not the organs. The Superfund sites, that's what they do, spread that shit all over the nation. Galen Windsor said he could have had fixed 3 Mile Line by simply putting the fuel rods back in the reactor, but DOE wouldn't let him, almost like they wanted 3 Mile to be a problem, aka China syndrome. Could be. Grumpy says rescue. Why? Because one of the tenets of anarcho tyranny is placing higher value on foreigners than native born citizens. Must create anarchy in order to enact tyranny. It's baked into the plan. Depending on what happens, here we got 2 weeks to go, damn near. If anything, this last incident just goes to prove the government is not going to help you. Oh, man, ain't nobody coming to save you but your neighbor. It's be a citizen helping citizen. If anything, this last okay, yeah, they want to dump the Hanford toxic waste in Idaho. See, and I don't understand we ain't sending that shit to the incinerator. Hell, there's an incinerator in Kansas, or there used to be, that pretty much burned anything, and by the time it came out the other end, it wasn't nothing but air. Bought a Wooby yesterday from a veteran company since it's been a missing piece of my kit. Good idea to have one. I own 5 and still want more. Answers yes. Oh, hey, Blue, how is your? How did the whale deal go? Anything? Any positive outcome on the whale? Know your neighbors and be prepared. Well, and be self-sufficient. I mean, that's I just people are capable of doing things. I don't know why they. It's like people think they can't do things, and you can. You can do things. You just have to figure out how to understand something. Not everybody learns the same way. So, but basic hand tools, basic construction type stuff, build a box, put a roof on something. I mean, If you just get basics down, necessity and survival will start to help fill in the rest, but you got to understand the basics. Grumpy says, in all seriousness, damn it, I said scroll. There it goes. In all seriousness, everyone should do a dive into what anarcho tyranny is. It is illuminating as to what, how, and why everything is transpiring. Oh, it's corruption, corporate corruption. I mean, it's the dollar. That's the way I see it. I mean, only people that are going to control the order want the order. They don't want the order unless they're the ones controlling it. That's what I find kind of ironic about some of the scenarios when you hear about these places. It's kind of like a union. That's a mini government, but people will be for that, just not for the big one, or they'll be for this group controlling this, but not this. And DuPont Blackwater, they poisoned the whole town. Then, after one of the farmers died from their cancer causing materials, they used his land to dump the waste on. Well, that sucks. Rescue, we know about cloud seeding control weather, but no one worry about jet fuel. Jet blowout, excess fueling the air. It is deadly to all life. Y'all think about that. Low grade nuclear waste can be verified, but it's expensive. They need to take money away from a proxy war for a month. And Rabbit says he's helpless. You're self-sustainable. How are you helpless? Turkeys are their green agenda, and all you see is stripes in the sky. Not yet. Oh, okay, budget thing. I tell you, I'm down with you on that, Blue. Your neighbor will come to eat your cat. I ain't got no cats. I ain't got no worries. There you go, Rabbit. Miss Loretta says you're not helpless. You have a great big family all around you. And if she was closer, she would be there to help you. But the Rabbit's kind of, he's set up. Hell, he got, I don't know what he meant. I don't know if that was just a pun comment. I'm helpless. I don't know what he was helpless about. What are you helpless about, Rabbit? Dog good to eat, forget cat. I got chickens. I don't need to go with pets. It's not part of my culture. Plus, I got cattle. Before I head out this time, I want to ask you guys to think about our Constitution and how we can have one if we do not believe in God where our rights are endowed by. When they squelch out God, our Constitution goes with it. They mix waste with sand. Cherokee. How do you know that? Excuse me. Rescue, we can't afford the help, the money for the help Rabbit needs. Oh, I know, right? Plus, I don't think they've trained enough therapists for that, though, Blackbird. That would be some kind of like master certificate of therapy or something. apocalypse is all about the tangy saws. Well, and I think that, our rights are endowed by our Creator. And just acknowledging and respecting that, if you don't want to follow that, that's where the choice has always been. That's the freedom of religion per se. You're free to believe, but it just acknowledge and respect that the country's founded off of this, and we feel as Americans that our rights are endowed by our Creator. So it just they're trying to take that away. Shit, they run the other way. Cross says, I can live for years on disappointment and bad decisions. I'll never starve. Hell, I've been living for years on disappointment and bad decisions. Lord have mercy. And he'll tell the king took. Oh, this is true, Tony. Trust me, yes. Hey, your morning, Rainwater. Cherokee Harris say, no, God, this group go down the street to worship. Oh, you're talking about that little clip that went out that, yes, some people at a rally were talking about Jesus Christ or something, and then she told them that they were at the wrong rally. And then she got all this big applause. Well, Super Dave, that's at least what's using left of it. Just waiting for the delivery of the day. Hey, what's up, Buffer? Morning, morning. Saved a dumpster book, Benjamin Franklin, An American Life, a week ago. Looks like an interesting read. There's probably a reason why I was in the dumpster. Man, that whole party is just evil. Looks good. I don't see any buffering. Happy Monday. It's a motivated Monday. Oh, yeah. So, one thing yesterday, while little man was taking a nap and stuff, and then we got out there. Well, my son tried to help me pull one of the flag poles out. It didn't happen. So what we ended up doing is just smashing it down, breaking up the concrete, and then I covered it up. I'll just have to dig another flagpole hole next to it. Gonna try the next one to see. Why do they have to be human? At what level of brainwashing till we need to understand there's something foreign affecting them? That's it, Carl. 15 days left. Oh, yeah, Miss Loretta. It's somebody's name buffering. It was a long weekend for sure. Yes, it was, boy. I mean, man. I know it took me all day Saturday to get out of that mental funk I was in, but hey, morning, Snooks. Off grid Paul thinks something was in the jab and they're going to turn something on to make them all zombified. Left rest on a bedrock of mythology. Once you realize they hate humankind, the things they do start to make sense. I'm going to change it someday. Buffering. Why change it? Just be buffering. Yeah, okay, Snooks. You can tell it's early for you because you're still half asleep. Hell, you actually used Rabbit's name in the same sentence as behave. I don't even understand how you connect that. Isn't that what's called like some kind of oxymoron or something? Got footage last night of a strange drone hovering by my house, close as hell. Shared a new video from Bear Independent. Cool Cherokee. Watchmen Rescue. Did you see the pictures of the helicopter hitting a Houston radiator? Yeah. That was bad. STP. Morning. Morning. How are you this fine Monday morning? But you know, man, okay, so let me just throw this out there. So I get it, the jet fuel, the water, the jabs, all the foreign entities, the 5G, all that stuff. But do you think that if just like society picked up a moral compass and went back to right and wrong, just the basics, don't you think that would change a lot of the stuff? Like since we've taken away the moral compass and now everything is open for interpretation. We change the definition of words. We open up genders to whatever, 150 different gender, whatever, and but don't if we just kind of like cleaned all the scum off the top of the pot, don't you, I mean, is it really those little things, or is it society losing its moral compass? That's why all of a sudden you have all the bad shit, because people don't give a shit about right or wrong, just their way. And so you have people with money and they can do some bad shit because they got money. And I think right now, man, there is a there's just some it's evil, it's bad shit. And we're either headed to this down that road. Excuse me. Any famous people arrested today? But I think when you kind of start giving the great okay, I still talk about this because it still blows my mind when we and the missus sit and we talk about the kids. Like when our kids were born, you didn't even entertain the idea of multiple genders. You didn't entertain the idea of giving these kids drugs and altering them. You didn't entertain snipping body parts off of kids. That wasn't, you didn't indulge in those kind of conversations. And then you kind of fast forward 30 years, and all of a sudden now we have stupid terms like MAP, minor attracted person. No, you're a fucking freak, and that's all there is to that. But somehow there's this big gray area for discussion, and there's no discussion. And by the way, morning actions, not distractions. Can be set. Well, it's people having to practice them. They're watching. But there you go. I think he's out now. Later, watching. It takes, and that's where I think the example thing comes from. It's like, how do we carry ourselves? Do we even show that? Like we're wanting fair, honest people, but is that what we encourage? Is that the way we carry ourselves? You know, Risky, I'm afraid it's not going to change. It's really went downhill the last 15 or 20 years. Well, but see, I think it could be changed. I think if people, it's just, I don't know, man. But then again, like I said, the latest conversations, man. Friday, I got introduced to some people that I just like, wow, it's way out there. So it's like you kind of wonder because these are in the metropolitan areas. These are these cities. This is the narrative and the little clips that are being portrayed. And it doesn't take a rocket scientist. There's no magical shit that has to brainwash you. Hell, they control the feed, and people are just addicted to the social media. So you got to go get the fix. Well, they'll let you see what they want you to see. Apocalypse says, "In God we trust." Will that be stated in digital bullshit currency? Oh man, digital currency is just I don't know. We ever go digital currency? Hell, you can see what the digital platform has done to the mentality of society. You go currency with digital, they flip a switch. Your shit just becomes a bunch of ones and zeros. You're totally in control of everything then, like in the flip of a switch. It's kind of like the China thing. You're going in to buy some groceries, and all of a sudden you're not allowed to enter the store. Why? Because your credit score is too far down. First thing I seen on her today was pajamas. Lost her dog. Who lost her dog? Carl. Oh, I think somebody said Widow's Diary, Miss PJ. I think somebody earlier. Rescue, I agree it could change, but the way it's going, I don't see that happening. Oh man, it's so easy to kind of get where you're going, especially when you listen to some of it's like the Trump shit. Man, if you don't have one side doing all the intentional bashing, then you got a whole nother little group that follows right along with it because it's all the same. That still cracks me up when people say he's one of them, and it's like you just don't even you don't look at research. That's what gets me. And so the more people do that stuff, the more you just, I don't know, man, you just don't listen to them as much because it's like once you kind of know that, oh well, you don't really look into anything because you're spitting out the same media crap that they pump out on TV while you say you don't watch them, but you say the same shit. And so it's like, well, then you're not digging into anything. So then all of a sudden it's kind of hard to have just casual conversations because you know that those are people that just follow along. And so it's like, okay, well, all of a sudden, I don't know. It really has messed things up over the past few years, I got to say. You see people in a different light. Here's a test to see if someone supports child abuse. Say, well, death penalty bad. Okay, if you're a SA kid, life in prison, no parole, first offense. Now watch their reaction. They disagree. What's happening with Miss PJ? Oh, her dog. Oh, there you go, Miss Messo. Popper bled out at 1:30 this morning, stomach hemorrhage. Yeah, that's a hard one. Hell, when our other dog passed away, matter of fact, I probably was sitting just about 2 more foot farther that way and 1 foot over to the left is where I was sitting when our other dog that we had for the longest time, he passed. And if she's anything like we were, then that's one of your family. So I mean, that's a tough little loss because those are your companions, man. They love you. I don't know. That's unconditional love, is what you get from your pets, or at least from a dog. Oh damn! Whomever lost their dog, please let them know I am thinking of them. Was very close to the same a few weeks ago. CBD oil rarely helped man's best friend for a reason. Apocalypse. It was the widow's diary. Her name is PJ. Yeah, she lost her husband. Was that last year or year before? She just got through having that loss, and that's like your kids. She has all of us, Billy. Yep. She's definitely be in my thoughts and prayers because that's just that's tough to go through. 2 years ago, PJ has us all. We love her dearly. My dog not doing good this morning too. Sucks. Oh dang, actions. These two are just as retarded as ever, so they're okay this morning. Boy, that little one of my sons that we've adopted now, I guess I could say adopted. I don't know. I guess I'm being complacent. I'm just giving in. It was kind of like she was adopted to us, but that little shit took out after a big old dog yesterday. She still does the barking thing, and that's hard for me to adjust to because like Rudy doesn't really bark unless there's a need. This one, man, any little sound, hell, I could hit my desk right now, and that dog would start barking in the other room. It's like, gosh, dang it, all this barking. Yep, 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 yep. And son, she gets out there, some noise. Hell, what was it yesterday? It was funny as shit. Oh, I think I set when I set my coffee cup down. where I was sitting in my chair was next to the chicken feed bucket. So when I set it down, since it's down like only a quarter, it has a hollow spot. So it said boom. And oh my God, she went into some freak out mode, started circling like the chicken thing. She knew where the sound came from, but somehow she thought there was some evil intruder that was right there. And it's like, she's just kind of batshit crazy, but it's okay. Camo Carl. By the way, Carl, I was with you Friday, brother. So I probably got just as frustrated as you, but I was I wasn't up there just to talk. I was up to help share the videos for Indy. So, but yeah, a couple of them people up there, buddy, there was something else, wasn't it? Action says she's been throwing up, not holding nothing down, and feel a weird bump on her stomach a couple of days ago. Oh dang. Apocalypse says, Miss Metal, I've been in new name / camo mode. However, Mr. has my number and is welcome to share it with her. Buddy Mill bad times. Recently lost his dog. Went to talk / help with him yesterday. Rough. So the Apocalypse Librarian. So did I know your previous name? But if not, that's cool. It's all good with me. There you go. Okay, Carl. Yeah, man, I wanted to reach out because I could tell you got frustrated. I'm like, yeah, I'm with you, but whew, that's just seeing. I don't. That's to me isn't just. I don't know. To me, that's not productive. It just wasn't productive. It fed into what the regular liberal leftist stuff. I mean, it might as well mainstream media kind of stuff. It's just nobody wanted to bring up anything. There's no counter. That and some of those people they get up there and I gotta say it's not just there. I see it. You get people that do the jabs and then they do some humor, so people just overlook the jabs because they're just being funny. No, they're being sarcastically rude. They just try to do it and hide it through the humor. And I've brought that up before. People try to do that little funny shit, and I don't know. And then when it went into the whole faith thing, I wasn't around for most of that because I don't understand how you can debate a belief in God. I just don't really, unless you share the same thought as somebody else, like, oh, well, I'm a Catholic. I'm a Catholic. Okay, we can talk Catholic stuff. But to just talk about your belief in God, and I want, and I've never understood that. Every relationship is different. The whole conversation Friday went off the rails. Yeah, that was pretty wild. Oh, okay. Oh, so wait, apocalypse. So when you say PA, as in what, FF9? Yeah, I tuned out during that part. Yeah. Well, I don't know, man. And it's just, it just seemed like a barrage of, and I just thought it was, I mean, so okay, so what good does it do to go around and try to get people to hate Trump? I mean, when you really break it down, you just let's get simplify this shit. So if there's an election and it's candidate A or B, then you have one side that's totally promoted by hate, illegality shit, I mean, unconstitutional, all the negative. That's one whole side, and they've that's it. They're fully in. And then you have this other side that's kind of it's got a past, it's got a history, but it's also collectively trying to come together to fight that side. So what purpose does it serve if you come in supposedly neutral and but all you do is say how bad that other side is? See, that's what I found ironic. All that bashing, and yet there was no bashing on the left side. So it's like, so what was the intent? Is it the intent not to get you to then vote for that side, or to not vote at all? And if you don't vote at all, what's the point of that? So to me, it all looked like it just feeds the negative narrative, and I just don't see where anything positive comes from that. I mean, I just don't. What's up, Bri guy? Make sure I didn't miss anything. I don't mind being outnumbered. Gives them a better chance, right, Carl? Been saving books galore. Yes, sir. Something has led me to save books to share in bad or worse times. I gotta say, after my little book auction, there's some that I wish I had. I got back, and I still had, but they went to good places. So actually, I've been rocking in here since winter. Have you? Never noticed. Oh, Braga has been here. Braga's been here for a minute. Holy shit! Now there's a blast from the past. OMG. Prepper steady. Damn. That's it. I'm starting to get worried now. Today was the first day of early voting, and then all of a sudden, Prepper settings in chat. Next thing you know, I'm going to get shocked with a couple other people chiming in, and it'll be like, holy shit, it's the end is nigh. The end is nigh. Huckleberry says, I think it's the far right side that causes the people to bash Trump. I kind of get it. Somewhat licking the people pushing Jesus down the throat. I didn't get any, but I enjoyed your auctions. Thanks, Buffer. I agree. Actions I appreciate the time rescue touches on. I've known actions for a minute too. It's those Trumpers. Well, and that see that it's so weird, man, because for me, it's like from 2016, the media and that party pumps so much Trump shit out, just anti-Trump, everything, just been a constant attack for 8 years. It's just been, and the media, since they're in on this, they pump all this, so you see all this footage, and so if you say the word, you're like some groupie follower, and it's like, no, I just know that during those 4 years, things were better than these 4 years. So it's kind of that simplistic. When you look at who all he's putting together, then you can kind of go, okay, well, I could see where some changes would come. and so you just, I don't know, I get the falling for the narrative, and the evil bad orange man, and because that's all that you hear for 8 years. But then at some point you kind of got to go, okay, that's it, isn't it? I don't know. Their rationale is if there's nothing positive on the left, you have to make the right look worse. So by default, you vote left because neutral is better than the bad right. Trumpers or thumpers? Trump's best attribute, he's not a career politician. Exactly, Prepper Steady. I'll use my Trump card just saying. It's also woke average people up. Get some fries with that, huh, Blackbird? Yep. Dude, I thought that was so cool. See, it's just like that. And okay, people go, oh, it's just a stunt. In a way, but also he did it. So the fact that he does that in the time, just look at the shit he does throughout the day. I mean, okay. I don't know. Like I said, it's a, it just kind of, it just gets me. They don't want you using common for consents. No. Oh, and look, Blue got the bag of goodies from the dispensary. Hey, was it the Good Day Farms? It's not that I like Trump so much, but I just can't go for the bullshit the left is putting out. Well, it's policy, not personality. You know, psychological warfare is an interesting research. U.S. government has utilized it both domestic and foreign many years. Yeah, but you don't even have to have that. See, I think people give them way too much credit, and they because it's better to give them more credit than to say that maybe somebody was naive and kind of fell for it. Coffee first. What's up? Morning, ma'am. Blackbird says she was raised awake. Was on the course of being awoken for a while. Documentary opened my eyes moment. Haven't seen or spoke with Dusty in a long while. Yeah, man, Dusty dated boy. I hope he's doing all right. That's another. By the way, how'd you come out, Prepper, with the storm and everything? Is everything okay at your place? I personally don't care for Trump, but I will be voting for Trump as he can undo some of the bullshit the left is throwing out. I see, Mr. Rowe. That's it. Personality wise, dude. Yeah, he's kind of egotistical, and he embellishes a lot, and so yeah. But man, for somebody that I think he sees, and if somebody's willing to do something, then I'm all for him. You know. Oh, coffee says my back is out, so I'm home today. I think I pinched a nerve. Sucks. Uh-oh. Oh, Huckleberry says, what will y'all do if the election is stolen again? Oh, Prepper said just a little tree damage. Coffee said she saw Dusty not so long ago. Oh, okay. Carl says Dusty Date is okay. He's on another platform. Probably the Rumble thing. Same here, Coffee. My whole left side is in pain. Hey, that's where most of my shit comes from. I love your channel name, Coffee First, Then Speak. When I first saw it, it was perfect timing, so to speak. Damn, Huckleberry, I don't know. If it, I guess, in all honesty, if it were to go down, then I think man, to be honest, I'm probably going to be uh, getting into Paxton, our Attorney General, Abbott, our governor, conversing a little bit more with our sheriff down here. And so, because I do wonder, like I've brought that up before with Texas, dude, we're the eighth largest economy. We've initialized our Texas Gold Bullion Depository, churning on the Texas Stock Exchange. Abbott's been making some trade deals internationally for resources up out of here. So, I mean, succession. And I just thought, so I would think that if it were to start going like a 2020 thing, that might just actually push this whole succession thing over the top. Now, going on up in north into the metropolitan type areas and those states that are Democratic governor controlled, then yeah, shit's fixing to go upside down there. Contingency plans. Well, you pretty much, dude, where are you going to go? Where are you going to go? You know? Now, I can zoom out and look at the map, and like if I was in Houston, I'd get the hell up out of Houston. If I was in Dallas, I'd get the hell out of Dallas. In Chicago, getting the hell out of Chicago. Those major condensed areas I would get out of. Like November 6th and 7th, it's like, oh shit, man, it's going down again. They're doing it again. That would be, if I lived in one of those kind of areas, that would be my bug out moment. And I would bug out for a week, and we're going to see where the dust settles. Because shit's fixing to go crazy, man, if they steal it again. And that's what that old DOD, that's what that DOD thing's in place for. So everybody talks about that little DOD revision that got done with the lethal force. I personally think that's where that kicks in. That's where in these areas that they let burn down during the riots, those areas right there will be the ones. And so I think that's where shit can go south. They would cheat already caught cheating here. They're trying it, Buffering. Because not every place was cleaned up after the 2020. So I get people won't do anything for 10K then. Hey, I already said Kamala will be our president. Well, I don't care what AI says. I personally knew / worked many years with an ER doc that pissed people off routinely because he spoke things exactly as he saw / heard them. I made him my primary care physician until he retired. There you go. Burn it down and rebuild. Yeah, I don't know about all that. What's up, Anti? Yeah, if they steal it again, we'll have to speed up our plans to get out to our property. That's what I would say. Let's see. Collierville. Trying to make sure I'm caught up. And Anti-morning. I think I said morning. Buffering's in Middle Tennessee. Did you get affected by the hurricane in Middle Tennessee, or it was just the eastern part of Tennessee? Cali passed a law for no ID to right prepper settings. See, that's why some of those areas are going to be total shit. But then that's California, and it's always gone that way. The missus is fixing to be heading out, so let me give y'all a song to listen to, and I will be right back with you guys. How's that? So let me do this. And I'm going to leave you with, here's this up there.
So let the beat roll on. I'm about to get in the zone. I've been locked up all for myself, but I'm known to grow my own. And burn it till it's gone. Like there ain't nothing wrong. I'm just out in the shade, watching the world go up in flames. I was born from barbed wire, I've been stuck out in the fray. I'ma shed this mortal coil like a canebrake rattlesnake. I'm gonna feast among the righteous, gonna see my friends again. Gonna dance outside the gates, hoping like hell they let me in. So let the beat roll on. I'm about to get in the zone. I've been locked up all by myself, but I'm known to grow my own. I'm ready till it's gone. Like there ain't nothing wrong. I'm just out in the shade, watching the world go up in flames. California's burning, it's snowing in the pines. They say the world is ending. Well, maybe it's about time. And we forgot about the children, forgot about love, and we forgot about forgiveness from a good Lord up above. So let the beat roll on. I'm about to get in the zone. I've been locked up all by myself, but I'm known to grow my own. And burn it till it's gone. Like there ain't nothing wrong. I'm just out in the shade, watching the world go up in flames. Watching the world go up in flames. Watching the world go up in flames.
Hey, morning, Share Bear. And by the way, Miss Teresa, Coffee First was in top chat. Just letting you know. She was top chatting it up. What do you want me to do? You want me to trade top chat for live chat? Gotta love it when spell check doesn't work. Oh, there you go. Canadian sitting there sipping coffee. You got a long drive, girl. You got a long drive. And if that's what it takes to get you out of New York, cut me up, ma'am. Cut me up. We'll just get Carl down here. He can sew me up. Right, Rabbit? She's blaming her back for being in Top Chat. It's all her back's fault. It was that dang pinched nerve. It made her go to Top Chat. The rest of us weren't going to say anything. Psh. Oh, you're in Penis Enos. Are you coming down south in Texas, or are you picking up there and headed back up north, Prepper? Hey, Kim's Creations. Morning, morning, morning. Make it a good day, man. One day, if I could ever get on a road tour, I'd go by Kim's too, because that's a cooking lady right there. Canadian waving at you, working, paying taxes, dealing with yahoos. Yahoo! Picking up and then headed home. Oh, okay. There you go. Former President Trump in Concord on Monday, 3:30. New fairground. Cousins love that. He's sheriff. I'd love to see you all stop by the VFW on 41. If you see a big tank, that's I'm at. Oh, there you go, Kim's. You can't escape from New York without wearing a snake piskin eye patch. Escape from New York. Come on, man. Kurt Russell is savior of the day. Maybe that's what we just need Kurt Russell to go up into Washington. Escape from Washington. Well, hey, Prepper. It was good to see you, brother. Keep it between the mustard and mayo. Keep your head on a swivel. Make it a good day. And Lord have mercy, watch out for the four-wheelers. Crazy little drivers. And hell, he's in Penis Enos, so he's up there around the Dallas-Fort Worth area. So yeah, not only is it a shitload of four-wheelers, but it's a shitload of city-dwelling four-wheelers. Super Dave says, Prepper, watch out for that newly licensed driver if you're heading over that way. Right. Hey, 38 of y'all in here. And in Texas, today is the first day of early voting. And all I'll recommend to anybody is vote so somebody doesn't vote for you. And hopefully we'll just see where we're at when the dust settles. Excuse me. Well, I guess I can not be so rude. Nothing against rabbit. However, I'd rather vote for a rabbit Cody than a camel. Well, that's why, to be quite honest, for me, I mean, I get how bad the country is and all this other, the regulations, this, that, and other. But man, when it comes to down that right there, it's like really can, I mean, it's not a, but see, I think that's where the intent of it doesn't matter. It's all a selection. It doesn't matter. And then that gets you to sit on the sidelines. Uh-oh. Kim says, speaking about licensed driver, we had a terrible incident here on I-69. One of them, about a 26-year-old with the Amazon semi truck, didn't stop at a yield and hit somebody and killed them. Oh, damn it, son. I saw a video of one wreck. The damn semi was going to try to block lanes, and he was doing all right with some four wheelers. He kept swerving lane to lane, blocking them. I have no idea why, just being a dick. But then a semi comes up, and he's going to go around. Well, he starts to doing it with him, and then all of a sudden he overcorrects too far, and next thing you know, that truck's on its side. And it's kind of like, damn, that's almost like karma just reached over there and slapped that dude. It was coffee. You can almost guess the truck driver's name, and he came from California. Yeah, that's God dang, man, that was a long time ago too, and it was that way. I can remember. Let's see, this is 24, so yeah, probably like a 2002, 2005, somewhere in there. Hell, man, there was what was it, Nigerians? I think Nigerians had come over, and for some reason a bunch of them got CDLs. Dude, those people would cut holes in the back of their sleeper four, and they would just go to the bathroom right there on top of the exhaust under the truck. It was just, it's a different culture. That's the reason. One more reason why there's an assimilation into the U.S. And what's up, Kiss Off? Yeah, what was that? A half hour of rudeness? Only a half hour? I've been on for 2 hours. I'm slacking. But now that you're here, I guess I got to go. A big ball of sparkly sunshine. Confusing referendum about illegals voting. Well, you just, I don't know, man. You just watch everything. This shouldn't be, it just shouldn't be that complicated. Hey, by the way, Kiss Off, did you go by yesterday and get you any of them fries? Or Saturday, rather? I think it was Saturday. Or was it yesterday? Did you get some of them Trump fries? How close were you to that town? Oh, Apocalypse is voting Kiss Off for second vice president, the decider of good food and good tunes. Roni says should use understandable English in Wisconsin. You would think, but oh damn, Miss Kim's is I seen everybody's beautiful hellos. I got to run. Yes, I'm going fishing later. I did yesterday, but it was a bust. All I caught was a baby turtle. Well, hey Kim's, make it a good day. I appreciate you starting off your Monday with me, and best of luck when you go fishing later. I appreciate you. Make a good day of it. I got lost in an effing haunted house that they had to call my son on a microphone and get your mother. Oh, Lord have mercy, Kiss Off. Later, Blackbird. Make it a good day, ma'am. Yeah, and I do got to say, I just wonder if everybody takes a moment and just wonders, kind of, see, that's the problem with the internet, man. Everybody gets involved in other people's shit, per se. And I don't mean that like so much a bad way. It's just that you get caught up in so much outside shit. I hope people are paying attention to their local areas and what's happening. Because either way it goes on the federal level, it's going to be your local shit that's going to it's going to have the biggest impact. Super Day said Kiss Off, they didn't ask if they needed an extra ghost. Shoo, man. They should have just moved her over to one side and she could have just been another one of those. She just been start screaming at people and they just take off running. I mean, look at poor old Chuck. She's done beat him down. Poor Chuck. Better than getting lost in a proctologist's office. That would definitely be a shitty deal. Poor old Kiss Off. I do gotta say though, so how did you get lost? I mean, like, couldn't you like follow anybody else? I mean, how do you get lost in a haunted house? I mean, they like on purposely put up walls to make little hallways to scare you in. So all you got to do is just keep going. There was a little kid scaring people in there. I looked down at that little kid and said, right now, don't even do it. How do you get lost though? Gotta say, it's got inquiring minds want to know now. There was a room you refused to go in. Oh, so you didn't get lost. You just refused to go any farther. I see. Yeah, do we know? I think he said, yeah, Huckleberry, but that's the entrance. Right, Rabbit, that was the entrance. There was no lights, pitch black. I couldn't find my footing. It's so the floor is usually located underneath your foot when you put it down. So you kind of walk and you could touch with your foot and it's like solid. Yeah, that's a floor. Yeah, I don't know if Apocalypse said that he was PA or that's where he's from or said something about a new name. I walked out but couldn't find the beginning of the damn thing. See, weren't there other people walking in? I think the kid scared her, Dave. I think that's what happened. I think she's talking a good game, like she told the kid not to do it, but I think the kid did it, and she got scared, and then she got confused and lost because then she didn't know where she was. Happiness is lined up bolt holes. I wouldn't have went either. Not that batch. And, haunted houses have trap floors too. Damn. Huckleberry, where the hell were you when I needed you? He was out eating a taco, laughing his ass off. I told them kids, actors, scream one time at me and I'm slapping. So what the hell did you go to a haunted house for if it wasn't for people to try to scare you? I mean, good God. It's the meds, isn't it? It's the damn meds. Excuse me. It's the damn meds. So you go to a haunted house and then you get pissed off when kids go to scare you at the haunted house. Haunted, as in, woo. If you just wanted to look at decorations, then you should have just drove around and looked at decorations. Moonshine orange creamsicle. Later to consume, much later. There you go, Blue. I didn't think they'd have a room without a floor. So they had a room that didn't have a floor. Or it just looked like it didn't have a floor. See it? I think it's just a look like. It is kiss off. This is true. Moonshine where? Where is the moonshine? I need to know. At the Specs liquor store. Cherokee says, okay, and besides you, Huckleberry, liquor I have 6-shot toy. Get a 44 short. She said, then we went on the trip train journey and was being flicked off. So there's kiss with the middle finger going up. Can't say you weren't forward, right? Oh my God, what a weekend. Yes, it was. Get married, that's all the haunted house you'll ever need. Well, that's all. See, if you make the bad choice at the beginning, but make the right choice. Homemade moonshine is the absolute best. Yeah, as long as it's the right person making it. Because just to be homemade doesn't make it good. Because, man, some people just, there is a person around here that does a pretty good job. I don't partake anymore, but I spent the weekend once in a real coffin making people cry and run. Loretta says, I haven't seen any around here. Perhaps if I go out to the mountains, they'd have it there. Yes, ma'am. A little bit farther out you go. My thing with alcohol is I don't, well, nowadays I just worry about don't want to thin out. I'm not a fan of it. Just after a while, it just kind of was like, eh. Tiger says, Mrs. Middle, I'm still waiting for my picture today. I'm not supposed to have any liquor, but every once in a while, you just gotta. Yeah. And there's been times I thought about it, getting a little bourbon or something or some Crown and just doing a little sipping moment kind of thing. I've thought about it, but it just, As long as there's peanut butter cookies now, it's all is not lost. Figured a librarian always has a big ass thesaurus or dictionary to combat the zombies. Anti with your hashtags. Oh, I think the missus made it okay. Yep. She made it to work. Hey, later, Cherokee. Good to see you, buddy. Yeah, I'm probably fixing to cut her short. Well, not really short. It's 2.5 hours, but I've got I'm gonna lay down for probably about an hour, let everything settle, and then I'll load back up. I'll probably be going outside. I got so much to do. Hey, morning, Miss Sharon. What are y'all doing? Y'all be acting stupid, huh? Dang dogs. I know you're a Riri, Rudy the Riri. Yeah, but it's that time. I appreciate everybody being here. Anybody watching the replay, appreciate you watching the replay. Keep your head on a swivel. It's the first day of early voting in Texas. Find out if you can in your area. Go vote. Make your voice heard. Do your part. I appreciate everybody being here. Hey, it's a motivated Monday. Tend to business. I really do.
If I ain't here tomorrow,
Y'all make a good day of it.
if the good Lord says it's my time to go, I don't see that morning sunset. There's some things I need for you to know. The truck is yours if you want it. It'll run forever if you treat it right. When you think of me on some back road, that's because I'm right there by your side. Chase your dreams until you catch on. Leave your doubts in a cloud of dust. You can't ever love too big. You can't call your mom too much. Do your best to get it right. Forgive yourself when you don't. Hope you don't forget how much I love you. I ain't here tomorrow.
You need to remember you're capable of doing anything you put your mind to. Make a good day of it.
Don't let life turn you bitter. Don't be ashamed to bow your head. Take it easy on the liquor. Remember what it did to your granddad. Yeah, you're gonna get your heart broke.
tears don't make you weep. Gonna find that girl God made just for you. Knows what he's doing, wait and see. Chase your dreams until you catch on. Leave your doubts in a cloud of dust. You can't ever love too big. You can't call your mom too much. Do your best to get it right. Forgive yourself when you don't. Hope you don't forget how much I love you. I ain't here tomorrow.
Get out and vote. Be sure and keep your head on a swivel. Take a deep breath. Make a good day of it. Don't react. Think. Remember, you're capable of doing anything you put your mind to. I appreciate y'all.
Keep the shotgun in the family. Raise your babies by the book. And keep my picture in your wallet. Keep your car keys on a hook. Do your best to get it right. Forgive yourself when you don't. Please don't ever forget how much I love you. I ain't here tomorrow.
Take care, everybody. I appreciate you starting your Monday with me. Remember, put good stuff in. Put positive stuff.